same time.
America loves shaking and crying and throwing up at the same time. Welcome to the big lie, Days of Living Dead style. I've got Alex Woday coming in today because I lied to her. I told her that we're doing an episode about front of house acting and icon characters, but the truth is, we're doing a special Days of Living Dead episode about Sharky that basically elevates this amazing artist and lets everybody know how incredibly talented she is because she should be spotlighted, she should be celebrated. Let's go lie. Welcome to Days of the Living Dead. I am John the Flamboy here at HellsGate Haunted House. I have with me Alex Woday. Say hello to America, Alex Woday.
Hey, America.
Because today we are talking about front of house acting and icon acting. This is what the entire episode is about. If you're doing front of house acting well, it's no longer a wait, it's a show. What makes a good front of house actor? One, we're looking for someone that can work in 360 degrees.
Once I put my teeth in, it's on. Anywhere in that midway before I go out and up into the tent, I could be watched, so you have to be on 100% of the time.
You need to have more than one trick in your bag. If you jump and you try that pop scare and it doesn't work, then you gotta find other actions that always work.
A lot of people want to be scared, but then they're like, oh, just kidding, I'm actually angry that you scared me. Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm gonna make you laugh because you don't wanna be scared anymore.
No! Oh, were they good?
Another big thing we're looking for is team player, yeah? You cannot be a solo lone wolf front of house entertainer, kids, because you're working with a team.
The difference between working, for me personally, like working in the house versus being outside, I need to know where my people are so that, for example, if Bruises is on this side and there's somebody scared right here, she can come from this side and I can come from this side. It's always about teamwork in that 360 area so that you're getting the most scares and the most entertainment out of your customers.
And on that, you have to be able to work in a crowd. You are in a jam-packed either tent or a queue building or outdoor line, whatever haunted house is set up, but it is close quarters.
Especially if you're somebody who's smaller, like me. It's a lot harder for me to maneuver my way through. Granted, it's been 9 years, so I've learned how to do that. But for somebody who's used to being a pop-out scare, it's gonna be a lot more difficult to learn how to do that.
Yeah, in the haunted house design creates the space. Here, you create your own space. You must look like you've come from the show, that you represent a quality of the show.
I get comments and like DMs all the time like, hey, Alex, I wanna come work at Hell's Gate. I wanna be a front of house actor. I'm like, cool. What's your character and how does it fit into Hell's Gate? How does it fit in the story? Because if it doesn't fit, then it's not good.
It's not part of the story, then it doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
You know, because our front of house actors are kind of like this first act. That's front of house acting that we just talked about. Icon character. An icon actor doesn't necessarily have to be a front of house actor.
Nope.
An icon actor is more of an ambassador for the show. It is a hard representation of what's in the show. An icon is usually plucked right out of a room story, very much part of the marketing. You know, and an icon character, if they're doing it right. The icon actor is also the one creating connection to that audience.
People get really discouraged that they're in the house and they're not in the tent because they think that only icons can be outside, and that's not true. That's never true.
Yeah. Some of my very best actors are inside the house.
If you're the chef in here, you only get that 10 seconds to tell your story, to tell the story of Hell's Gate and where you fit in it. Whereas if you're up there, you got a long time.
Dragon Queen gets like 4.5 seconds and she's competing for attention with two giant dragons.
You need great actors for your house, not just up there.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you use all your great actors up there, there's nothing in here.
Absolutely. So I think this is a good time, right, for me to talk directly to the audience. And I guess tell you and Alex at the exact same time what the episode is actually about. Because it's not about front of house actors or icon actors. Up to now, you know, front of house and icon, I've just been chumming the water, as you say. I've used these subjects as a little bit of bait, right? You know, a little bit of bait, just tossing it out there, just so I could lure Alex into the chair. Because this episode, kids, this episode of Days of the Living Dead is about Sharky.
Oh my, oh hell no, what?
It is Shark Week, all damn week here at HellsGate Haunted House, and we're gonna talk to one of our absolute favorite actresses, icon character, front of house actor, Miss Alex Woday, about being Sharky. I gotta switch shirts. I've been keeping my shirt.
What the hell? Are you no.
I've been keeping my Shark Week shirt underneath my nice fancy shirt this entire time. But now we are here to talk about what we're really here to talk about, Alex, and that's you.
I can't with you. You should be able to talk in front of a camera. You're in front of thousands of people a night. I go, it's not the same thing. I'm not wearing a costume. I'm not wearing no makeup. This is just me. I don't like talking about me. I get 70 million DMs like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, I don't know. I just showed up. All of my friends in high school were like, oh my God, the big bad Statesville, they lock you in a cage and they separate you from your group and there's these mirrors with these little bitches with black hair and they're so scary. Da, da, da. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds terrifying. I'm gonna work there one day. I made a Facebook post like 13 years ago being like, mark my words, I'm gonna work at Statesville. My dad was like, why don't you just go? And I was like, I don't have anybody to go with. I'm kind of scared. And he's like, just go. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. My first position, it was Grinder Girl. I was Grinder Girl.
Yeah. It doesn't sound as dirty as it sounds, guys. She was in a meat grinder.
Last night at Statesville was like the wish night. Went up to Jill and she was like, where do you want to go? And I said, I want to be a clown. Because there's nothing, I've said this thousands of times, there is nothing like a Statesville clown. Next year I start makeup, and I think it was like the second week. I walk up to Jill and I'm like, where do you want me to go? She goes, I'm gonna put you outside. And I said, what? What? Jeff was like, who are you? And I was like, I'm Alex, I'm 18 years old, this is my second year, I'm really nervous, please tell me what to do. So he taught me a lot of the things that I know, so nice. Thank God for Jeff. First or second weekend that I did the clown outside at Statesville, and I had the dental distortion teeth. Do you remember Dino? Walk up to him and I said, Dino, I need a name. And he goes, why don't you name yourself Sharky, because you got shark teeth. I go, that's the dumbest f***ing thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm gonna use it.
For me, it's a delight. This powerful, tiny little girl is becoming one of our most fearsome front of house actors. Like people stepping off the bus and asking right away, where's Sharky?
Whenever you're not in that tent, any customers that come through looking for you, I'm like, I miss her more than you do, I promise. We actually met here doing a work call. There was a call for a promo shoot for the new Maniac ward at Statesville, and I didn't have anyone to bring me. And my mom was like, well, why don't you message that Alex girl that you just met? And I did. So she came and picked me up, and then we got about 5 minutes down the road, and we promptly got into a car accident. We did not get her insurance, her contact information, none of that, because Alex was like, we're gonna be late to the promo. And we got to the promo on time.
And they were like, we wanna put Devin outside. And I said, yes, please. And then she was like, I don't want to. I go, what the f do you mean you don't want to?
I don't know how I would have gotten through my first year front of house acting if you weren't out there with me. I didn't know if I was gonna be good at it. I didn't know if anyone was gonna care about this character that I was creating. I think we kind of go hand in hand. Yep. Like, you're strong in places where I'm not and vice versa. And I think that's why we work so well as like a duo. Sometimes when we're out in the tent, I will honestly just kind of stop and lurk in the shadows and just watch her do her thing. Just because I think that she's such an amazing actress.
Look what's happening right now. Look at her interaction. Look at the faces of the audience while they're talking to her. Look at those little girls looking at her right now. They're looking at you different than they're looking at, say, a different icon actor, a Warden or a Fluffy. How do you feel about the fact that you have fans and a fan club? Not just fans of HellsGate, and you're an actor here, fans of Sharky.
It's so humbling for me personally because I don't believe in myself. So when people come to say that they come to see me, I'm like, what?
Are you ever not nervous before you go out?
No, I'm always nervous. I have anxiety. Anxiety, like.
Do you ever think about the fact that you do have this kind of lack of confidence in your everyday life? Mm-hmm. Do you ever think about the fact that you have that there, But here you've created this alter ego that is super confident, super obnoxious,
Yes, it's fake.
super in your face. Is there a therapy to that a little bit? Here I'm sometimes afraid to say something. Here I'll say the dumbest shit in the world.
Yes. Well, because like that's another thing that I love about her, because I don't care what I do when I'm her. I will just do it.
You literally were just out there doing whatever, and you looked amazing. I was like, that's exactly what I want to do too. Since middle school, I've always wanted to work at Statesville, and that's when I saw the whole website and the whole like Instagram post, and that's when I saw Sharky. I saw her in like a box that was like see-through with like your chainsaw, and I was like, who is that? I remember auditions, I was terrified, but I felt like I was studying it. I watched Days of the Living Dead. I also texted Alex too. She was just like, you just gotta be yourself. You got this, you can do it. Once I passed the auditions, I was so happy. And Alex, once we did the tour of the whole haunt, she was like, you could be a twin.
I'm up there with Jocelyn. I'm so excited.
I am just so proud of her and how she's grown and made a bunch of friends here, especially from being a fan to just being in it.
Right.
You know, I mean, I was a fan too before I came here, but for her it's a little bit different because it's HellsGate and now she's up there. Well, I guess it's not really
kind of the
different.
same, actually.
I guess it's not really different.
Kind of feels like it's the same path you took. The only difference is she had someone to reach out to.
Yeah.
And you reached back.
You put your all into everything that you could possibly do, and now you're up there. You came here watching me, and now I watch you.
You showed dedication to the craft. You earned it each way. It wasn't an accident. And so I'm here to say, like, I'm a fan. I love going up to the tent and watching what you're doing.
We met when we were kids, and we've really grown up into adults here.
I don't know where I would be or what I would be doing without you.
I don't have words to put how grateful and how happy I am that people enjoy what I do.
I don't know where I would be without you. Ew.
He said, ew.
This is so sentimental. You're crying.
I'm not f***ing crying, you're f***ing crying.